They graded the street here, so it's a bit slippery. It's actually pretty nice for cornering. Feels like you're flat tracking it. We're not that high yet, and the views are freaking amazing. Got my trusty sidekick with me. We picked up a bit of fishing gear at Walmart, and just basic retractable stuff that we're gonna use on our bike. Everything fit in my cases. The rods are retractable. They're about 6 feet when they're assembled, like when they're extended. Got 10-pound fishing line, and we're gonna be going fishing for rainbow trout. We're heading to Oyama Lake, which is probably about 20 minutes from our place. It's south, southeast of our place. But it's probably about, I'd say, 4,500 or 5,000 feet up. This is the Oyama zip line. I'd go show them to you guys, but they're crazy expensive there. And they have 4 zip lines, and I think they charge $100 a person. Bit steep. In BC, most of the campgrounds or anything worth going to take a look at, they're all off forestry service roads. So we call them FSRs. And this is still a public road right now, but it's going to turn into a forestry service road fairly soon. And you see that basically they don't maintain it from that point on. That sign is exactly what I was explaining, that it's becoming a forestry road. And it's nice on the bikes, but not so much on street vehicles. Usually when you see dust is because you're coming up on a slower vehicle. Been really bad rains this year, so it's flooding everywhere, and it's leaving pretty big washouts on the side of the road too. Usually by this time of the year everything's dry. It's more of a desert place here. I think we can cut here. There's little trails on the corners where you can cut the corner if you're on an off-road vehicle, or I do it on my pickup truck too, but some of them are pretty steep, so you have to take it at an angle so the side of the truck doesn't bottom out. I don't have a lift or anything on it, so yeah, these washouts are pretty bad this year. The other thing with these roads is quite a few people use them, and not everyone's responsible, so you got to watch around the corners because there's idiots drifting the corners or not being respectful that there's other people using the roads. So if you value your safety, it's nice to keep an eye out for these guys. This I made with my truck. I'm gonna show them the view from here. So we're on our way up to Oyama Lake to go do some fishing, and this is one of the areas that you can just stop by on this side of the service road. You can have a fire. There's nothing really regulated here, but of course common sense or logical thinking would have you think that you should pick up your garbage and, you know, leave the site as clean as you found it, or cleaner. And if you see that other idiots left their shit there, I mean, it's not that hard to just pick it up if you have a pickup truck or the space to carry it out, so that we can keep enjoying views like this. Anyways, we have an Instagram account as well. We're not very active on it, but we post shots like this when we get around to it. It's nice sometimes to just enjoy the view and, you know, enjoy the fact that we get to live in such a beautiful country. Back to the road, do a couple more hill climbs. There's trails everywhere anyways that you can explore here. It's all fair game. Anything that's off a forestry service road, unless marked you know, private property or no trespassing, you can pretty much go onto it. Here we hug the corner because it's not very wide, and if someone's coming, I don't feel like eating a bumper in the face. We're coming up here to the spot that in one of our previous video, it's our favorite lookout, and it's freaking gorgeous up here. Right here to the left, this is where we were with Mike, Summer's brother, when we came and showed him the lookout. Woo! Oh, that one coming. A few years back, there was a huge fire here in that metal trunk right there. It was burning from the inside out. It's pretty crazy stuff. It's looking a lot better now, but like today it's 33 degrees Celsius, pretty hot. Which is nice to live in the mountains. As you're going up, it gets a lot cooler. Ow. That's why you wear gloves. Still doesn't feel very nice. Well, to the left you can keep going for a long time and you'll come out on a highway in Vernon. Or go right, and this is the entrance to Oyama Lake, which is where we're going. Holy crap. Making sure my little woman didn't fall in that big ass hole. See, there's still a bit of snow up here too. Decided to wear my Thor off-road helmet because there's a GoPro mount on that one. And if I talk loud enough, the mic can still pick up my voice for the most part. We went and explored that trail. We're gonna show you guys on a different video, but takes you to a nice another lookout a bit higher up, and you have a very nice view from up there. So we're here at Oyama Lake. There's a resort on the right that you can go to. That you have to pay, but otherwise there's a day use. Oh, there's a lot of people. because it's free, it attracts a lot of people, and oftentimes not people that you want to have around. Everyone has different ways to enjoy the outdoors. I usually try to come out here to have peace and quiet, which is why I don't have a loud exhaust on my motorcycle. Same with summer. Try to respect others as much as we can, but not everyone is the same, you know? Well, we're gonna try to go find a different fishing spot. Any lakes up here at elevation, they all have rainbow trout, which is what we're after. We love the pink flashed fish. Kokanee or rainbow trout are our favorite. And luckily they're all very close to where we live. We just came from Oyama Lake. There's another lake called Damer Lake a bit further down the road, and that's the way to go back home. So we're just gonna forge ahead, go explore and see if the snow's melted at the same time. There's a nice little bridge here in the water. Usually barely flows, it's just a nice little flow. But this year, because of the late melting and the extra rain we've gotten, it was flowing pretty good last time I was here. And the road was pretty iced up. Yeah, it's still moving pretty good. Well, the other side goes even faster, but we're gonna keep going here. It's funny because in Ontario we don't have those cattle cross guards. This is the first time I saw those or went over them. Not saw them because I've seen them in videos, but it was the first time I've seen them or got onto them. It's good to see other dual sport riders. I think that was an Africa Twin, nice bike. Thought about it for a while, but out of my budget right now. And the DR just does everything we need it to do. So with my 45-liter Trax cases, it's I can put more in the cases than the weight can allow anyways. I can only put 22 pounds in there, but they're so big that you can easily fit more than that in there. Jesus. Nasty potholes. That guy looks stuck. I think we're getting pretty close to that lake. Yep, over here. I saw the lower road there. What does this say? If you see any dam safety concerns, please contact Lake Country. Okay. Damer or Damer Dame north of Oyama Creek. Well, we're gonna go straight down to the water. I think there's a little pad there. There's already people fishing here. I think we might try by the dam. Yeah, leave the bikes by the gate, yeah. Alright, thank you. Much nicer crowd and a lot quieter up here, so we're gonna see if we can go fish by the dam over there. We'll just leave the bikes here in the shade.
We've got the bikes parked over there, And we are here by the water's edge. We just got our fishing poles set up and we're going to give this a shot. This is called Damer Lake. Well, we're not having any luck in this spot and we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, so we've got our telescopic rods. Going to put them away, pack up. If we have enough daylight, we will find another lake maybe on the way home, or we might have to come back another day.
The girl and the guy you just saw when we left the site there, they're from France, and they converted the van into a camper basically. They have a bed in the middle, and the back of the van they converted into shelves, mini fridge, cook stove with a propane tank, and they're traveling all of Canada basically in their van, so they don't have to pay for hotels or anything else. And in BC, because all of the forestry roads, the sites are free, works out pretty good for them. They just came from Vancouver, drove about 5 hours, and yeah, they're doing it on the cheap. It's definitely a good thing I Loctite everything on our bikes because it jiggles. And we're back to the bridge. Actually, we'll get to see the other side now. Usually it's a small creek and there's barely any current in it, but because of the thaw, it's coming down pretty good now. Some potholes big enough on here to swallow your whole bike. Holy mother of God. Oops, don't want to go down there. On the way back down, you get to see a lot of the views that you miss going up because you can't really look backwards all the time. Like that. Yeah. And you have to try not to be going off-road at the same time or down a cliff. The backdrop in the mountains, it kind of doesn't matter where you look, and there's a view everywhere. So you come up here and then you get this view. I know there's probably going to be a bit of sun glare with the GoPro, but still a nice view to look at. Probably have about 40 minutes of sun left before it goes behind the mountains. There's a big ravine here, and in that valley you can hear there's a river going through that dumps into the lake at the bottom, and that's Kalamalka Lake on the right and Wood Lake on the left. And this is only about 15-20 minutes from our place, so it's easily accessible. And you can just see the mountains over and over. Beautiful. Pretty amazing that we get to enjoy views like this every day. And you guys are probably going to hear me say it quite a few times, but it's one of the perks of living here and enjoying those views. They should have called themselves Joe Rocket. Like Rocket. Because you're definitely rocking it, Summer.
Am I?
Okay. Ready? I'm good. Just go. KTM! Nicely done, Summer. Oh yeah, that view. Oh man. Yeehaw. Oh, wee-hee, wee-hoo. You can come up here with a car, but it's a bit crazy. Sunset. It's a good day to be alive. Oh. Woohoo! So we picked up cheap fishing rods for now, because the ones that came with the boat that we bought, the aluminum boat, they ended up being all split ends and quality wasn't the greatest, so we ended up selling them with the boat because the boat had a hole in it. So bought it for $400, ended up selling it for $500. The guy that bought it said that he was going to repair it and he was happy with the price and everything else. So made a little profit. Now we're gonna save up and probably buy a different boat. But if you're wondering why we're not fishing in the boat, that's why. We no longer have the 12-footer aluminum boat that we had bought a few weeks ago. Another successful day. We were gonna go to Wood Lake to maybe try fishing, but I think we're just gonna head home and try it in the morning instead.